Good morning guys, James here from Sunseeker Southampton, down in a very sunny Swanwick Marina. One of the last days of the British Motor Yacht Show 2022. Full lineup of Sunseekers here on display, and today we're going to have a look at a brand new stock Sunseeker 88 yacht. This is Project 509. She's the 8th hull in the series of the 88 yachts. Hugely popular model, very cool boat. And behind me, here she is. Difficult to take in where she's wedged in between that 76 alongside, but we'll be able to see the volume difference between the two boats as we check out her a little bit closer in due course. Just walking down the decks of a 74 here, try and take in the exterior, finished in that lovely Rail white Sunseeker gel coat. Is unique to Sunseeker, always a bright white finish, and then you can see along the waterline there a black boot top stripe and an LSA jet black painted hardtop up there. Carbon fibre hardtop, about 400 kilos, over 1,000 kilos in GRP. Really does set the boat off. So let's head on round and check her out in a little bit more detail. So here we are around close and personal. If I just try and stand back here, show you the volume difference. 76 yacht here alongside, you can see how much wider and taller she is. So this particular boat is powered by a pair of MTU 12V 2000 horsepower engines. Majestic yacht these. They'll get up and do 28 knots flat out, but equally 1200 nautical mile range at about 10 to 12 knots. Makes it a long distance cruising proposition for those of you wanting to venture further afield. On the platform here, just looking across here, hydraulic high-low setup, suitable for a tender up to about 4.95 at a push of 520 Williams. And then I will cut a picture in here to show you how the extend system works with this transformer back end. We'll finish off with the crew cabin down here later on, but let's head up into the cockpit and take a look around. Obviously covered lots of these on the channel before, so I'm not going to go into too much detail opening cupboards and what have you today, but I am just going to give you a flavour of the finishes, etc. For those of you serious about something of this size, she is the only remaining yacht we have for the 2022 summer season. Great opportunity, fully loaded with all the usual med spec items, and a great chance to get out on the water and enjoy the rest of this summer. So you can see in front of me, just spinning around with the camera, big sliding patio doors and some loose freestanding furniture here on the aft end. Plenty of space for adding things like tables and modular cockpit seating if you'd rather go with something that would create some storage underneath. Opening transom sections in the middle there, you can see, which tie into the extend system to give a bigger cockpit as required. And you can see up top we've got some lovely LED lighting and a sunshade privacy screen that drops down in this sort of letterbox type framework here, holding the aft flybridge up. So let's head up forward and have a look around the exterior decks before we head inside. Big glass windows here, running all the way from the deck head up to the flybridge there. No patio doors on this side. There is a patio door over on the starboard, but we do have here a crew door which takes you through into the galley area. We'll see that in a bit more detail as we head inside. You'll notice down here we've got the big cutting glass bulwarks, done away with the balcony arrangement that was on the previous model 86 yacht. Just gives the ability to get a little bit more natural light in downstairs. A few practical touches with things like deck storage lockers here for fenders and what have you. And of course a very private area up forward here, raised well off the water with a nice centerline table and the sunbathing arrangement right up on the bow. Twin anchor setup, so 2 V8 anchor motors from Lumar. Of course teak side decks as we walk around here. Very stealthy looking with the black painted top here. So coming down this side, you can see we have a crew door here into the lower helm, which we'll see in a bit more detail inside. And then of course the sliding patio door arrangement here into the saloon. Engine intakes down here, you can see the white louvers. If we come back into the cockpit here, a couple of bits to show you. Sink over on this side, and we've got refrigeration in the cupboard beneath. And then across on this side, of course, battery switch is easy to get to in the cupboard at the bottom, and an optional set of third station controls with throttle and thrusters for docking stern 2 in the med. So let's head on inside and check out the interior decor. So as with all the 88 yachts built thus far, seating is on one side here on the port, big U-shaped seating area, and then opposite we have the TV set up. Some of them on the early boats were exposed TV fixed on a side plinth, but now we have put it into a box. This is a eucalyptus wood satin finish, you see, with an open grain, very, very masculine feel inside. Neutral tones this boat, lots of greys. And the contrast on the floor there, that's a Cadoran hardwood silver oak finish. You can see the inlaid carpets as well. Some of these we've done with a solid wood floor in here, so this would be relatively easy to change if you preferred, although it does break up the different living areas on the boat with the carpets. Lighting softened at the moment, so we've got LED, lots of feature detail lighting you see round on the bulkhead here, things like the illuminated mirror, etc. Storage in the table there, it's a nice little touch, and it's a really, really cool place to come and chill out and watch the world go by. Just spin the camera around for you, sat here on the sofa, just to give an idea of how much natural light comes in here, even with the lights dimmed right down. Have to excuse a slightly wobbly camera, doing this still with one arm, so doing my best for you. So here we can appreciate a little bit more the side door out onto the starboard deck, which is into the dining space, so space for glassware and what have you. Large dining table, normally with 8 chairs, so there'll be an additional chair to join either end of that, and you can see the beautiful stainless steel inlaid detailing here and a piece of stone through the centre there. Lots of little detailing with veining on the marble tops here. Illuminated glasses cabinets with the louvers on the front there. Very, very high level of detail on the 88s. Different configurations on these as we've gone through build. The earlier boats having a door through here into the galley setup. Later boats, as per this and the previous model built, 508, also enclosed the galley, and we've gained an additional storage cupboard and the refrigeration bottles there, and we elect to go in through this centre access to double up also to the bridge. Dayhead set up here, so we've got, as you'd expect, nice easy access loo, and then we come through a sliding door into the bridge itself. This particular yacht, configured with a single seat, gives a little bit more space, working deck for the rest of the crew, as to be honest most of the time captain will be doing his own thing. So we've got all of the usuals up here, 24-inch Simrad multifunction displays, MTU engine controls, Sonos system for the AV, 10-inch CM8 monitoring panel for things like the generators, 35 kilowatt and 28 kilowatt generator upgrades on this particular build. Over here we've got big hydraulic thrusters and proportional fly-by-wire throttle controls, and then autopilot control here, and the CMC electric fin stabilizer system. Nice thing with these, they can flip 180 degrees, which means then at anchor you don't ever get the problem of anchor drag that you sometimes hear about with fins. It's just scanning across here to the port side where the galley is tucked up under the windscreen. Huge air conditioning system, it's up the top here to allow this area to stay cool in the warmer climates of places like Croatia. Up top there we've gained a lot of extra storage in these as the builds have gone along. Just the evolution of each model allows us to configure them slightly differently, but the storage on these is vastly improved over the very, very early boats. So big refrigeration, freezer drawers, cupboards in the corner there, that say this return of where we once upon a time had a door through. Crew door still here, so it does mean the crew can provision the yacht without disturbing through the saloon and disturbing onto the aft deck and what have you. Coming around here, we'll just point out on the doors, you can see the different grains of wood and the stainless steel inlays. It's a very, very high level of detail. So previous model 86 yacht had twin stairwell accesses downstairs. For those of you who watched these tours on the 88 before, you realise we do only do the single now, but centre to the yacht here, this takes us down to the 4 guest cabins below. So stairs curve as you go down, and then we have 4 cabins. So here in the centre of the yacht, is the master stateroom. Just coming in through the door here, allow you to take in the colours and finish. Huge cabin. We've gained a significant amount of space in here on the basis of doing away with that second stairwell. Big AV system on the boat throughout, so we've got Sonance speakers, Sonos system, USB charging points by the bed. It's on EU 2-pin sockets, easy to swap to UK if you were keeping the boat here on the south coast. Of course, a dressing set up here over on the starboard side of the boat. A kind of ad hoc walk-in wardrobe set up here, which flows nicely into the thwartships heads compartment. I have to excuse the LED lighting, maybe playing havoc slightly on the screen here just for a sec, but large shower up the end there. There is space to put a bidet in there for certain parts of the world if required. There's a safe in the wardrobe in here. There were some cupboards we just came through there as we walked out back into the lobby area for additional towels and bedding and what have you. So this is guest cabin 3 with 2 single beds. You'll notice in the floor there the sliding tracks, and this bed on the inboard side can slide outboard to create an ad hoc double. The little side table there switching into the corner over there. You can see up on the bulkhead, again some lighting detail, very soft fabrics used. Electric blinds throughout on this one, including up in the saloon with a Weimar system, which is all touchscreen on the panels, of course ensuite, big heads compartment, what have you. Coming across the lobby, this is a mirror image cabin, so we've got again a further 2 singles. These 2 not sliding, so it's just a pair of fixed twin beds, hence why I call it cabin number 4. And again, just tucked behind us here is the shower compartment. Coming out forward, you then see the main difference to the original 86 yacht. So centerline corridor here takes us up into the VIP guest cabin, or cabin number 2 on the boat, and this is almost equal status to the midships master. So if you're running this boat with 2 couples as co-owners, works really, really well, as it is a fantastic space. So we've got the shower in a separate stall there, the loo's hidden down there behind the door. Again, lots of clever use of lighting and mirrors to make the boat feel very light and airy. So a little lobby area here as we first walk in, and then round to the right you can see a walk-in wardrobe setup, little vanity station, and of course then the centerline VIP double bed, same width as the master cabin and very similar colour palette throughout. Again, big AV system up there on the bulkhead. So it's a beautifully finished yacht. Every time you get on one of these you notice slightly more detail than before. So that is the guest cabins. So let's head back up. We'll take a look around the Flybridge. A few facts and figures for you. So this boat carries 11,000 litres of diesel and 1,400 litres of water. Water maker, of course, on board, allowing you to stay away for extended periods. Notice large stairs as we walk up here, so easy to come down forwards or backwards. And we are immediately met at the top here with the wet bar. Linear arrangement, it was a new design for the 88 yachts. Lots of detail here in the front panel. There's LED lighting behind that, as well as LED lighting in behind those grey panels on the arch itself. So provisioning, very easy for the crew, obviously coming straight up. We've got all the usual attributes in here, ice makers, fridges, griddle under the top here, and what have you. As an owner-operator, she does fall under the 24-metre load line, and as such, she is a realistic proposition that you can run her with 1 or 2 experienced family or friends on board. You see just scanning around here to give you a flavour of the space on offer. So we have this particular boat, this all being modular seating up here, you can change it as you wish, but we have the fixed sunbed here on the starboard side, option to change that for a jacuzzi, and there is the strengthening in there for a crane as well if you wish to use this aft deck for jet ski storage, obviously with a tender up on the platform. Lots of owners these days just choosing to have some nice Summit teak furniture up here. Just taking the nav kit up top there. We've elected to leave the radar in its bare white colour, but easy to paint if you wish. We have electric sun awning across the back here, and again a big AV setup throughout this space. So opposite the bar we have an expanding table, so great place to sit and dine up here, obviously with a huge panoramic vista all the way around the Flybridge. And then coming forward we have a nice observation seating area with a very cool little sunbed, arguably one of my favourite places on the boat, just in front of that sunbed when you're running, tucked up underneath the windscreen. Great place to chill out and talk to your captain. So on the starboard side, two 16-inch Simrad displays, and of course a mirror image pretty much of all the kit that you saw downstairs at the lower helm, making this a great place for any captain to spend extended periods of time. So this is the view from the bridge, and you can see the vista down the starboard side deck here. Do have an aft overhang on the back corners there, often put wing cameras on these to enable docking short-handed, although most of these, to be honest, are running with a crew of 4, and with a radio mic setup, quite easy to manoeuvre. Obviously put the boat in here a few days ago, setting up for the show, just to give you a flavour of how much space we have around the yacht. There is literally no space around us whatsoever, but she's very, very docile to drive, about 65 tonnes all up, and she's an absolute piece of cake. As soon as you're comfortable with the space around you, she really would do exactly what you wish. You'll notice on the aft end of the Flybridge here, I will just mention this has got a beautiful teak capping on the glass panels. If you were electing to go with a jet ski setup and crane, obviously this needs to be changed for a removable stainless steel rail system. Not for everyone, but the option's there if you need it. Just scanning down on the bathing platform there to allow you a flavour of how much space is afforded for your tender. So there we have it. So we're going to head back down and we'll check out the crew space and the engine room. So they're accessed off the bathing platform down on the starboard side. Guys have just popped the door open for us. You spin round, you'll see the door lifts up here. Very much a working space on one of these. I say crew often living on the yacht throughout the summer months if she's running as a charter boat. This little observation area will have often a chef on board who will be cooking for them up in the main galley, but they do have ad hoc prep areas and 2 twin bunk cabins just across there. This is your little mess setup, and then bathroom facilities, upgrade on the laundry, so we've got Miele washer dryers, a second twin berth cabin there, and then access through to the engine room. Beautifully engineered, these yachts. It really is somewhere that you could bring your friends to show off just how much engineering goes into one of these. So the largest engine option in these, and everything is exquisitely finished. One of my favourite engine rooms in the range. Lots of power packs and water softeners, fuel conditioning systems, etc. Everything you typically expect to see on a yacht of this size. So loaded up this particular one, she's £6.28 million ex-tax, as you see her, literally out of the factory fresh on Monday morning this week, rushed straight up here ready for the show, and say she will be the last boat before the factory August price increase for the 23 season, which is around 8.4%. So it is a significant increase in cost, but also the only opportunity if you want to get out on the water this summer. So just a brief look, I say not quite as much detail as I go into. It's a little hard work here with one arm, trying to bring you everything that I normally do, but I will do a sea trial video on this one over the coming days as we take her out off the dock and back into storage post-show. So if you'd like to know more, as always, it's james@sunseekersouthampton.com, or mobile is +44 7747 686 587. Hope you enjoyed a look round with me today. If you'd like to know any more about this particular yacht or anything else in the range, please do get in touch.